Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Transsexual Meltdowns. I'm your host, Violet, and today on the show I would like to raise a very, very important topic and question that I have that regards all transgender people and society. And that question is, when will transgender people get transgender rights? And I don't mean just rights about birth certificates or job discrimination. I'm talking about human-to-human, one-on-one, or entire groups of people contact communication. I mean, basically, there are reporters on the news, and it is completely acceptable, it seems, in this society for news reporters to make fun of, laugh, and talk down on transgender people, calling us transvestites and calling us men dressed as women and all kinds of horrible things. Now, back in the day, there was a time when African Americans used to have problems like this. People used to think it was completely acceptable to use the N-word in public in front of African Americans, or even maybe on the TV. I never watched the TV back then, but I imagine it was pretty bad. Okay, but eventually a day and age came to where it was considered looked down upon and considered unacceptable for people to use the N-word in public or even in private. And today in this society, people will still use the N-word, but they do it behind closed doors. And the people they whisper to probably even look down upon them. So you don't hear a lot of the N-word anymore, except maybe by African Americans who sometimes use the word in a different way. I know they pronounce it differently. But anyway, my point is, when will this day come where transgender people will have this time to where it will be considered looked down upon for news reporters, people on the city bus, people at the library, people at work, your friends? When will it be considered looked down upon for them to talk badly about transgender people? And I mean it in the same way that African Americans have gotten rights in this country. You know, Muslims are coming over here from other countries and having more rights than we do as transgender people. They can come over here, apply for grants, and instantly have a business or a restaurant or something. And I'm not just referring to Muslims. I mean any group. You know, Arabic people, Spanish people, Mexican people, Chinese people, any kind of foreigner can come over here and have instant rights, more than transgender people. And I'm glad they have rights, but when are we going to get rights? Basically, what I mean is when will it be unacceptable? When will it be looked down upon for people to talk badly in public or in private about transgender people? You know, you don't hear your friends run around saying, oh, look, there's an N-word person, you know, right in front of them. But in this day and age, you will definitely see people say, oh, look, there's a transvestite or something. Oh, look, it's a guy. Right in public, you will see this happening. I mean, it's happened to me many times. It happens to me all the time, honestly. I don't talk about half the things that happen to me, but I would like to know, when will the day and age come where it will be unacceptable for them to do this? What type of law? I know there's no written law that says you can't use the N-word. Everybody just knows it. Now, what went down for that to happen? What type of situations had to occur for people to no longer run around and say, oh, well, look, you know, and then use the N-word and be like, oh, well, there's black people or whatever. I mean, people still do that, but they do it secretly, you know, and the people they whisper to are probably like, oh my gosh, this person's racist and they think I am and they think it's okay to talk racist to me. But it's not. And even if we do get these rights, people will still do this, you know, talk negatively about us behind closed doors. But at least it'll be behind closed doors and won't be in front of our faces. And the people they whisper to will probably think, oh my gosh, you're a hater, and you think I am, and you think that you can just say this stuff to me, and now I think of you as in a completely different way, that's happened to me before when some of my ex-friends have talked badly about, you know, African Americans or whatever, and now I'm like, oh great, now I know you're racist. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. When will this day and age come to where this awareness will happen for transgender people? When will it be looked down upon to talk negatively about us? And I would like you all to try to answer this question and give me your comments, and I'd really like to get some feedback on what will we have to do, what type of occurrences, what type of things are we going to have to do to get, some waves in the house? What do we have to do? What type of things do we have to do? And this goes beyond, birth certificates and job discrimination. I'm talking about just, like something that doesn't even require a law, where it's basically just common knowledge. I mean, just the same way it's common knowledge. You don't run around and say the N-word. Everybody knows that. But it's completely acceptable in this society to make fun of transgender people and transsexuals. It's just not right. And what do we have to do to get that sort of common knowledge? Okay? And I would really love your feedback on this. And I will make another video as soon as possible. I have some more ideas for some videos, but I've got to go. So, toodles.